Hello everyone, how you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day, and today we're here with a Black Dragon Slayer guide for old school RuneScape in my endless adventure to make as many Slayer guides as possible. So hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, make sure to leave a like. Anything you want to see from me, let me know in a comment down below. And on top of that, I got some links below that you could support me at, and I appreciate that greatly. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into the guide. So to start, should you kill Black Dragons? In my opinion, yes. They are decent XP if you are killing them at their baby form. If you're killing the big ones, they're not as great, but they're still okay, I guess. And they're a quick task. Whether or not you're killing the big ones or the small ones, they're typically going to be quick, extremely quick if you're killing the baby ones. So ultimately, I think you should be doing Black Dragons in some form, if not these, and you want to make some more money and you have a higher Slayer level. If you have 77, I already have a brutal Black Dragons guide, so you can check that out. So overall, I think no matter where you stand, low level, medium level, high level, you should kill Black Dragons. As far as the requirements, one or the other will work here. 61 range or 43 prayer, essentially allowing you to have a rune crossbow or protect from melee so that you can either safe spot or use melee weapons and pray. Black Dragons are weak to melee and range, so that's what we'll be focusing on as far as attack styles go for us. The Black Dragon attack style is with fire and with melee, so we're going to need an anti-dragon shield along with protect from melee or just safe spotting. And the max hit is a 21 or a 50 if you don't have an anti-dragon shield, so pretty tough. As far as what to expect, not really what you can expect, but there's a 1 in 10k chance at a Draconic Visage, so there's that. 1 in 256 chance of an Elite Clue, 1 in 128 of a Hard Clue, and overall about 5.3k per kill in loot that you should pick up. It's closer to 6k in total for loot, but there are definitely some things you won't be picking up. For the melee gear, for the regular Black Dragons, the high level ones, those are all listed down below, those setups, and you can check them out. What we're looking for here is a weapon that is good at stabbing, and also just some prayer bonus and good strength bonuses across the board. So on the far left hand side, Abyssal Dagger and Monk's Robes was the setup, and then moved on to a Zamarakian Hasta and Initiate and a Dragon Hunter Lance and Proselyte on the far right. Mix and match that as you may, but those are going to be the items that you'll want. If you are opting to safe spot, a couple range setups here. Left hand side is just a rune crossbow setup. Some broad bolts here in this picture. I didn't have the anti-dragon shield, but you should have that. Alternatively, you do want to bring another shield that you can put on while you're safe spotting, so the Black Dragonhide shield would be it. And then on the right hand side, a higher level setup, dragon crossbow here, amethyst broad bolts. The broad bolts for both of these setups will require 55 Slayers, so that's kind of a sub requirement that isn't listed here in these, but you can use myth bolts or different types of bolts that don't require Slayer level if you'd like. Really all you're going to need is a crossbow, an anti-dragon shield, and some decent range bonus, and you'll be good to go. As I mentioned before, a couple things that you could also switch to besides the Black Dragonhide shield is a Book of Law or an Odium Ward. Both of those are good offhand for the low to med levels. And then for the melee gear for the baby Black Dragons, kind of a mixed bag here. Anything from rune, and here on the left hand side I have a dragon simi, but you could even have a rune scimitar. They're not going to deal too much damage to you, so you'll be fine. Just setups that maximize the strength bonus for the most part and have a little bit of defense. If you want to throw in a fighter's torso into any of these, feel free as well. You won't really have to worry too much about it. And maybe even obsidian if you have that type of money at a lower level. One of the few places that you'll just be done with the task quick enough to where it won't matter if you have defense or not. For the Slayer rates, you can expect anywhere from 12k at the 60s in your melees, all the way up to 20k and maybe a little more if you're in your 90s of your combats. As far as combat XP per hour goes, you just want to multiply those numbers times 4, and you can see we get anywhere from 50k to a little over 80k XP per hour, which isn't too bad. Not anything special, but with how quick you can get this task done, it is worth doing. So to start, we will be looking at a range setup here. I am bringing the second setup that I showed earlier, along with a Book of Law and a Slayer ring that is eternal. I don't know what's going on over here. Okay. I have a teleport to my house for after the task and a Drayman staff to get to Zanaris. Here I'm also bringing a raw chicken for the Zanaris location. This location is locked behind the Sir Amic Var's quest of Recipe for Disaster, so not everyone will be using this spot. If not, you can move forward in the video to the second spot. To get in there though, you will need a raw chicken. I'm also bringing a couple range potions and just some Karab wands in case I happen to get hurt. Now I'm teleporting to a fairy ring. I just flew on over here to the Relicus Slayer Cave, find your way on over to one however you'd like, and wield the Drayman Staff and go on over to Zanaris. You could also just teleport to Lumbridge and run on over to the little shack if you'd like, however you want to make your way here. Once you're inside, go on over to the entry point at the northeast side of all of this, and you'll see a little chicken shrine up here. There will be an egg laying outside of it, which is kind of like a long living troll in this game, I guess, but you actually have to use a raw chicken on it, so that's what we'll do to get in here. Just go ahead and use that, and you'll be teleported into this nice little lair. If you need to, protect from melee and run on over here. This is going to be the safe spot you want to use. There's a couple dragons that venture on over here. You might have to mess around with the spots just a little bit depending on what dragon spawn you have. For instance here, this one gets freaked out if I go a little too far back. As you can see, I can stand right here and he won't attack me. However, if I just went right here and started attacking him, he would just be thrown back because of the aggro zones, I'm guessing. So just make sure that you're working with that and you don't get dragged out on accident. Other than that, as long as you're standing here and ranging, you should be good to go. You can pray any sort of range boosting prayer if you'd like. I wouldn't really recommend it though. I just personally go AFK and kind of zone out on these tasks, and you rake in a little bit of money with the drops that you'll get. It's not too bad, and you also kind of have a bank nearby here in Zanaris. You will need to have another raw chicken every time you come in here though, so prepare accordingly. And yeah, you just camp out here and let the crossbow go to work. Now if you don't have this place unlocked or you want to do the baby black dragons, then we will get on over to that side of the guide. Here is the Taverly dungeon, a little west of the Falador teleport. Just hop on over this wall down here, make your way on over here, and you'll be ready to go on into the Taverly dungeon. As far as the inventory that I'm bringing, I'm preparing for a Black Dragons task. So I have an extended anti-fire, a couple super combats, an antidote in case I get poisoned by the spider that's in front of all of this, a stamina potion to run on through. I also have some Karamja gloves to teleport to my Slayer Master, along with some house tellies, just because I like going there to reheal and everything after a task. Also some prayer potions and some spare food. If you're just killing the baby ones, you don't need any of the potions, maybe a little bit of food and you should be good. Just have some boosting potions and you'll be good to go. Make your way on down the ladder and you'll be down in the Taverly dungeon. From here you can go quite a few different ways. So if you plan on killing the baby black dragons, just run north a little bit and up these steps and you'll find yourself on this little ledge here. Just continue west and there will be some baby black dragons over here. Personally, I am not on a black dragon slayer task right now, so I cannot kill them. However, they're pretty easy to kill. They don't have that high of HP. Level 83, so I mean, they do a little bit of damage, but you can also throw down a cannon here, which makes the task even quicker and even more AFK, which I am a big fan of. So that's really easy. Not a whole lot to worry about or not a lot to note there. Just go ahead and AFK, get that task over with pretty easy, and easy slayer points going in for you. If you're here to kill the regular black dragons, then you're going to want to make your way all the way around this place. So basically, the main ways to do that, you can either pipe squeeze over here with 70 agility or 65 and a summer pie, or you can use a strange floor over here with 80 or 75. If you don't have those, then you're gonna have to make the long little trip around. You can maybe come over this agility shortcut, or you just run all the way around through this door over here by the blue dragon lair. You will need a dusty key if that's the case, and you can retrieve that down here by talking to people and killing people down here by this prison cell. One way or another, you're going to want to make your way on into the blue dragon side of things, and then from there you're just going to want to run south and kind of wrap your way around here. You'll find some black demons over here, and that's how you know you've kind of hit the right path. Probably want to pray whenever you go by there. A little bit of damage, and these are the spiders I was talking about that could potentially poison you, so I just bring one dose. You don't have to if you don't want, but it eliminates any of the worry. And this is another location that you can kill some black dragons. Now you can just hop up in here, drink your potions, and just go to town meleeing them with protect from melee if you'd like. If you are choosing to range them instead, you can stand back here, and this is going to be kind of the safe spot area. Just stand a little bit back into this little alley and you'll be good to go. They won't attack you over here. As you can see, not a whole lot going on. So you can either range them from afar or just choose to go ahead and camp that protect from melee and go to town. Now, I wouldn't recommend most people to come here with melee until you either get like higher levels or better gear, because it's just going to constantly eat into your supplies if you're having to pray melee and maybe even some boosting prayers all the time. So if you're looking to save money, just go ahead and range an AFK. Take your time. If you're looking to get the task done a little quicker, maybe throwing on some melee gear and some boosting prayers Zanaris is the best way to go about it. But ultimately, it is up to you. Black Dragons are a really fun task because there's so many options, and I think that that is a great part about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this Slayer Guide. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Like I said earlier, anything you want to tell me, let me know in a comment down below. And on top of that, if you want to see more videos like this as soon as they go live, make sure to subscribe. Also, I've started Patreon recently and gotten to posting on there, and we'll make that really fun. So if you want to check that out, feel free to down below. I'd appreciate it greatly. And with that said, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.